Hey guys, it's Maple here, and I'm with Kahlua because I decided I will talk a little bit about her past and things about her because some people were interested, so they're like, yeah, Kahlua, we don't really know much about her and she's not in very many videos and stuff. So yeah, in case you want to know anything about any other signatures, there's a link in the description below of our website, and it has most of the signatures passed on there. If it doesn't, then they need to be filled out. But yeah, most of them are on there. So yeah, including Kahlua's, but I'm going to do this anyway, since you guys wanted to see her and stuff. So yeah, and I'm making some art of her. It's a little blurry here. Some reference photos and stuff, because people wanted to see art of her. I didn't even know people knew. Like, I thought everyone forgot about her, honestly. Because she's not really a main character, and she hasn't been in videos, so I'm like, I'm surprised people even remember her. So, Kahlua's past is actually, like, she was raised in a really, really rich family. I mean, not like super rich, but pretty rich. And she was spoiled, like, a lot. Like, her parents, they weren't really there for her. And they tried to make up for it by giving her pretty much everything that she ever wanted and letting her just get away with doing anything. They were always gone on vacations and stuff, and they would never bring her along because she had school. And Kahlua is a narcissist, and so she only cares about herself. She doesn't really care about anyone else, except for the reason why she keeps people around is because she really, really loves to be praised and people to think good of her and all that. So she had lots of friends because she just gave them anything that they wanted because she had a bunch of money. So she just give them money or whatever, bring them to the mall. And so she just made a lot of friends because of her money, basically. Because her personality wasn't that great. And, yeah, I mean, she would be nice to her friends and act friendly to them because she really, really wanted them to like her. But, she didn't really care about them personally. She didn't want to know anything about them. She didn't care about what was going on in their lives. She just wanted people to be around and, be like, wow, you're just so awesome and pretty and stuff. Yeah. But she also has an uncle that lives in Montana, and she was sent there for a couple years as, like, I don't know, like a tween. And so, like, maybe 11, 12, 13. So she went there to live with her uncle because her parents were gone for a couple years. And he owns a farm. And she did not do well with that 'cause she's a city girl, and she was kind of like forced to help around and like with horses and stuff. Yeah, so there was a lot of complaining, but she learned to like the animals and riding horses and stuff. But yeah, it only lasted a couple years, then she was sent back to Kinsville, which is where they mainly lived. And her mom is from Hawaii. That's where her dad met her mom, is when he was on vacation at Hawaii, and then they got married, and then they moved to Kinsville. Yeah, that's her backstory, and her name is kind of like a Hawaiian name. Her last name is Makoa, which is actually her mom's last name. So yeah, usually they take the dad's last name, but for some reason they just decided. Yeah, mainly her life was just her getting away with whatever she wanted. So she ended up just being a brat, basically. And she always had, or almost always had, a boyfriend, especially like when she was in middle school and high school. Because that was a big part of her reputation, is that she like could get any guy that she wanted. Yeah, and she was a bully also to the less pretty girls. So that was her past. She's not a good character. She's I guess what we would call a villain. That's why she's part of the murderers. But as we call them now, warriors, in case you haven't heard yet. Yeah, so don't get confused with warrior cats. That's not what it is. I haven't even read that book. It looks interesting, though. I just don't think I'll ever read it. Yeah, so that is her past. And then one time when her parents were out on vacation, like they always are, she had a big party. And this is something that she would do often. She'd just throw a party. But this time, it got way out of hand, and people ended up, like, destroying the house. Like, not completely destroying, not catching on fire or anything, but breaking a lot of really expensive stuff. And she was kind of ashamed, like her parents would be really mad because she wasn't supposed to throw parties while they were gone. Yeah, so she ended up running away from home in order to not get in trouble. And so, yeah, and then she came to Signature Island, and that's where she met the Signatures, and she started to date Andre because he was desperate for a girlfriend. And so, yeah, she'll date pretty much anyone, no matter who they are, because, you know, she can. So whoever's desperate enough, she'll just date. So, yeah, and really the purpose of that is just to use them. I don't understand it, but she's a narcissist, and she just finds it fun to mess with people. So yeah, and so eventually she was a really bad influence on Andre. He was already kind of like he's not the greatest, and she just made it worse. So they would get in trouble for a lot of things. So yeah, and then she she ended up, well, I know that, like, when Olive joined, then she became Olive's friend, but then was turning people against her, like, behind her back, so Olive ended up hating her. Rightfully so. So she ended up joining the Warriors, and because she wasn't welcome with the Signatures, because they were starting to find out that she's always causing drama. Yeah, and so she's just fit in with them, and, you know, ever since then, she was a warrior, so, yeah, now she, like, works for Night. So yeah, that is her story, that is her full story, and, yeah, and she always wears this, well, not always, but usually wears this little flower thing. It's just a clip, and you can see it's actually, like, broken at the bottom. There used to be, like, a full flower, but it's broken now, which actually works out great because then it doesn't poke into her face when I put it on, so it worked out. Yeah, and she has, like, flower earrings that she wears sometimes. Yeah. Oh no, my water bottle. It's just me, Zion. Hey, buddy. Yep. So yeah, hope you enjoyed her story, and the art will probably be up by the time I upload this video, and I'll probably put a link below so you can see it if you don't see it on my Instagram. Yep. So bye. Zion, say bye.